Welcome back. I was working a gang unit, and they assigned me a lady officer, and this is early '80s, and I had been around. I never had a lady officer with me, and I was a senior guy in the unit, most arrests and everything else, and of course I bitched and moaned because I didn't want a female with me, and that's sexist, and I'm sorry, but turns out after about 3 months, I did not want her to leave. We gelled for a year, and then when they took her away from me, I got pissed off and said, "Why are you taking her from me?" So funny how things switch around like that. Because I didn't know how women could handle themselves, and this gal, terrific. I used to use her later on when I became partners with 2 other ladies, and then ultimately when I became a supervisor, that these ladies have a tough way to go because they're in a man's field, and they want to be treated like a lady, they want to be treated like an officer, and they want to kick butt like cops do, and most of them do. Some of them can't because they're not physically able to do it, but for the most part, they're devoted. They really are. They have to be over devoted because they're in a minority, both physically and mentally. So we've been together about 3 months. Top partner. Oh my gosh. I mean, let me go off track here. The very first night I work with her, we see 2 guys selling narcotics. We come around the corner. We're in uniform. We bail out of the car. They see us. They split. I run out and grab my guy, and as soon as I put him down, I think, oh my gosh, I've got a female. And so I cuff him. I pick him up by the neck, and I go around the corner of this liquor store, and I'm thinking, all things are going through my mind. Is she okay? What's going on? In time to see her put a boot to the guy's crotch and then cuff him. Okay, so I thought, oh, well, this is pretty good. So she cuffed him, and she looks up. She goes, "Is everything okay?" I go, "Are you okay?" She goes, "Yeah, are you okay?" Well, yeah. So I'm thinking, all right, this is going to work out good. Turns out she was in a local state college. She was a soccer person. She was a softball player. Nice looking lady, tough gal. Okay, so I thought, okay, fine. That's a backstory. So fast forward 3 or 4 months, we're working together every night, kicking butt, taking names, working gangs, gang members in jail every night almost. Well, one of the areas we worked over by the ocean was projects. If you know what projects are, they're government housing, brick, just plain, a lot of crime in those places, unfortunately, because a lot of lower income people in there, but you get a lot of really bad people in there too, unfortunately, that hold the nicer people hostage. But anyway, we're working gangs, and we're looking for anything, marijuana, pot smokers, whatever. So we got on our foot in the dark at night, and we sneak around behind these buildings to see what they're doing, because they're not going to do anything near the street where the cops drive by. They're going to do things in the back. So we're walking down the back area, the fence line next to the river, and walking back there. And we see 2 guys, smoking dope. And this is marijuana, and this is when marijuana is a felony. And so we see one guy smoking, he's got a bag in his hand, and he turns, and we're coming out of the dark, and he sees us, and he throws the bag, and he starts running, okay? The other guy was just sitting there. So she was younger than I am, okay, takes off after him on foot pursuit. So I'm with her, and as I go by, I grab the bag, and I stick it in my pocket. Okay, I need the evidence. So now we're, again, like the cops I told you earlier, we're like a cop's camera. I watch her in front of me. She's about maybe 8, 12 steps in front of me, and I'm running like this, and I see the crook in front of her. Well, in these projects, a lot of people, because it's hot and they don't have air conditioning, they leave the doors open. They have back doors and they have front doors. And so the kid he's about 17, ducks in the front door of someone's house. This isn't his house. She's right behind him, and I'm right behind her. And can you imagine people watching TV, and here comes some guy, runs through the front living room, and then here comes 2 police officers, it's bizarre, that's just what they do. They see the first door open, they go in because they're running from the cops. So I hit the door, I hit the back door in time to see her and him, and she's almost to him, and then catastrophe happened, okay? The backyards, they have clotheslines, okay? And these clotheslines are not rope because they steal them. They make the clothesline out of wire, okay? That way crooks can't steal the rope, because if you put anything out there that can be cut or stolen, they take it. So as I come out that back door, I'm running, and we're all close to each other. We're only about maybe 10 yards from each other, running the whole time. I just time to see her hit the wire right across her forehead and do a flip. And down she went, okay? And as I get to her, she's yelling, "I'm okay, I'm okay." So I just kept on going. And the guy looked back, and he tripped over something on the ground, and he fell. And of course, I jumped on his back, and I got him, okay? I cuffed him up and picked him up. I look back, and she gets up. She's a little bit groggy, and she's got this red welt just above her eyebrows all the way across her forehead. And I'm going, "Oh my gosh, are you all right?" She goes, "I'm okay, I'm okay." What's my? I said, "Well, you look bad." What? So we walk back to our car, and she opens the light, she looks in the window. Oh my gosh, she's got this red line all the way across her head. And so I call for a supervisor, and I said, "We have to go ahead and get this checked out." She goes, "No, I'm okay, I'm okay." So, "No, you're not." So supervisor comes out. No, take her to the emergency room and say, just have her looked at. Okay, so they went over there, looked at her eye. She didn't have a concussion. Just got basically knocked on her butt. Okay, so but she's got this red line all the way across her head. Scab, you know, it's gonna leave a scab. So we finish our processing, and the boss lets her go home early. And I kept telling her, "You all right? I want to drive you home." "No, I'm okay. I'm all right." "Okay, fine." So next day, cop humor. Next day, I get in there early, and I'm the instigator, and I go, "Hey guys," and everybody knows by now what happens. It's a small unit, maybe 6 two-person units, 12 guys and supervisor. Everybody knows each other. We're all working together. I mean, so they know that she got hurt. They know what happened. So I go, "Well," I said, "I want to raise your spirits." He goes, "What are you going to do?" I says, "Well, we'll go to roll call." I said, "She was down there early, and we're all going to dress up for roll call." And they go, "What do you mean dress up?" "Well, you know, you have those little red felt markers. We all put red felt markers across the top of our foreheads, okay? And we put our hats on so you couldn't see it, you know. We never wear our hats. So we all put our hats on, we go down to roll call. I told Lieutenant, the same one that had a stripper come to him, and another story. So all the detectives were wired in. They were going to come later after we surprised her. And so we're down to roll call talking, and we all come in, and she's sitting there, and you know, and she doesn't have any bandages on. It's just a red welt, basically what it is. And she goes, "How come you guys got your hats on?" And then as soon as the lieutenant comes in, "Surprise!" And I'll take our hats off. She just starts laughing. Then she starts crying, you know. And that was pretty nice. She goes, "Oh, you guys, you know. Well, make sure you're okay. We're going to go out the street like this. We're all going to look like this." So when the crooks see us, and that happened later on, the crooks look at us like, "Officer, you got something on your head?" And we all have our felt marker all across our foreheads, which is pretty cool, in support of her. And of course, as we're all laughing about that, here come the detectives. They all got their red lines across their heads. Everybody's laughing, and we're all supporting her. She goes, "You guys," she puts her head down. You know, it was pretty nice, a pretty emotional moment there. But she was fine. And but later on, like I said, we out there crooks, or we'd have suspects sitting on the bench prior to processing, and we'd all be walking around. Even fellow officers that didn't work with us would go, "What's wrong with your head?" "No, don't worry about it." And they're looking like, "Well, these gang guys are crazy. They're all got these red marks across their foreheads." And then with the red mark, you couldn't tell which one actually had a wound. Because Lori was there, and they didn't give her a second look because it looked just like what we had. So it's a little solidarity. You heard the stories about people shaving their heads to support someone with cancer. This was our little thing to keep her happy, and she really appreciated that. So anyways, that was our little story about a red line across the forehead. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.